or the triple jewel, which are the components of the Buddha's teaching. The Buddha, Dharma, and Sangha. The Buddha being our teacher, the original teacher and founder of the Buddhist teaching. Secondly, the Dharma being his teaching. And thirdly, the Sangha. So the Sangha are many of the people here who believe in the Buddhist teaching and aspire to really bring that into fruition through their own lives, feeding the hungry or whatever that might be. So this is the first meaning of the Dharma, the teaching of the Buddha. The second primary meaning of the Dharma, at least as I understand it, is the natural order of things, or we could say the natural principles or laws of the universe. Mountains are high, valleys are low. It's never the other way. Or if we look at the Chinese character, which is used to write this word in Chinese, Korean, and Japanese, is comprised of two components, water and to lead. And so from this metaphor we understand that water is a substance that always flows downhill, right? It never goes uphill. Or in Zen we say, everyday mind is the way. This is to say that the natural way of things, the way things should be, the way that people should interrelate and exist harmoniously is the way that things should be. This is the Dharma. But this is to experience the truth of things separate from thought, human thought, or the intervention of the ego. 2,500 years ago, the Buddha was liberated from the confines of dualistic, discriminatory thought, which is arising from the ego. So another way that we think of the Dharma and the way that he taught is that things are without substance. So that all things that we can see or not see arise and disappear because of conditions. So as part of that teaching, we say there are three seals of the Dharma, three aspects of the Dharma that will never change. One is that everything is impermanent. Everything is constantly changing. So nothing remains the same for even an instant, including this thing. And as a corollary of that, everything that we can see and things that we cannot see are without substance, without some fixed substance. So again, so that includes this thing. Another aspect of that is that all things are made of the same basic elements. And the third part of that is that things are primarily formless. So an important part, at least from the Zen point of view, of the Dharma, is that this is something that cannot be perceived through human thought. Most of us think that what we see and think and perceive is reality. But the Buddha's teaching is that reality, what we think of as the Dharma, the oneness of all things, is something that is apart or separate from human thought. And that fantasy of thinking that we can perceive through thought is really the source of our sufferings, because of our attachment to that fantasy or that delusion, and chasing after it is really the source of suffering. So, to realize that everything is one is the primary teaching of the Dharma, and I think that relates to this idea of helping people who are hungry, who are in need, to give up the self, to look out for others who have less than we do. Thank you very much for being here, and I look forward to walking with you to the next station.